Everyone keeps asking me, Katie, what is actually going to happen in 2026? Dug through the noise, the headlines, the forecast, the TikTok doomers, and I pulled together my top 5 predictions that actually matter for the Arizona real estate market. Plus, I've got one bonus prediction for you. Hi, it's Katie Evans, the real estate boss mom here in Arizona. I have been doing this business long enough to know that predictions can help you prepare or freak you out for absolutely no reason. So today I'm giving you the boss mom version. No hype, no panic, just what the data is really pointing to in 2026. Prediction 1, prices will rise, but just barely. So let's start with the big one, home prices. Nationally, the experts are agreeing and they're calling for somewhere between a 1% and a 4% in growth in 2026. So that's not a crash, but it's definitely not a boom. It's just slow, boring, grown-up appreciation, and honestly, I'm totally fine with it. It's just stable. It's fine. So here in Arizona, that totally tracks. We're not likely to see a runaway appreciation like we did during the pandemic, but we're also not sitting on the edge of a cliff. We're gonna be fine. Homeowners, what that means for you is you are not losing your equity. Buyers, what does that mean for you? It means if you're waiting for major price dips, that's just not a strategy. All right? If you need proof, look at our supply, look at our job market, and look at our migration patterns. None of those points are a thing that's going to cause our prices to collapse. They all point to steady, modest growth. This is the part where I'm supposed to say to you, don't shoot the messenger, but to be honest with you, I think it's all just great news. All right, prediction number 2, inventory will improve, but just not enough. Guys, inventory is expected to climb somewhere between 5 and 10% in 2026. Is that helpful? Yes, it's helpful. Is it game-changing? Absolutely not. Here in the Phoenix metro, and especially in the East Valley markets, we're going to see more move-up sellers who finally stopped clinging to their 2.8% mortgage rates like it's a family heirloom. That's going to open up some listings, but just not enough to satisfy everyone waiting for their perfect home. And its perfect home is not just going to magically appear. So buyers, you will have more options. It's just not going to be endless options. And sellers, competition will rise for you, but the flood that some people are predicting, that's just not going to happen either. Prediction number 3, mortgage rates will be stubborn. Well, I think we're seeing that already. Yes, interest rates, you already know where this is going. They may dip, maybe even into the high 5s if the economy behaves, but the days of your 3% rates, guys, the era is gone. I don't care what your cousin's friends, lenders said on Facebook. It's just gone. So here's the real strategy. If the payment works, stop waiting for perfection. And sellers, do not use high rates to excuse to phone in your listing prep, okay? You've gotta take care of your house. In a stubborn rate environment, a well-presented home will win. Period. End of story. All right, moving on to prediction number 4. Arizona's Hinge year. Okay, hinge, like a door hinge. Arizona is heading into a hinge year, meaning 2026 could swing one way or the other depending on rates, job growth, and migration. If rates dip below 6% and stay there, especially in the East Valley, we could see some pent-up demand explode. If rates stay elevated, we're just going to settle into some nice, steady, segmented marketing. Nothing exciting, not disastrous, just reasonable. But here's the key. Arizona is no longer one big market. Chandler behaves differently than Mesa. Tempe moves differently than Apache Junction. And Sun Lakes, well, that has its own rule book altogether. So success in 2026 will depend on micro market strategy, not broad statewide headlines. And that moves us into prediction number 5. Micro markets will rule everything. This is the new sleeper prediction that most people are going to miss. Zip codes are the new battleground. 2026 will be all about hyper-local trends, school districts, walkability scores, HOA amenities, condition, and even down to the smallest detail like the age of the HVAC in a neighborhood, okay? Statewide averages, worthless, absolutely worthless. National averages, even more useless. If you're buying or selling, the question really is what is happening within a mile radius of your front door, because that's what's going to drive your results. All right, now I've got a bonus prediction for you. Everybody wants to know about the distressed market. Well, distressed inventory will tick up. Now this is the prediction that nobody's going to talk about, but everybody seems to whisper. Are foreclosures or short sales coming back? But here's the truth. They've always been here. And we're seeing a slow and steady rise in foreclosure and auction activity nationally. Not a surge, not a crisis, just a return to normal levels after years of artificially low numbers. Some analysts even expect a modest spike in late 2026 into 2027, especially among borrowers who bought during peak pricing at high rates and are now feeling the pressure of insurance, tax, and inflation. Now, in Arizona, this will not dominate the market, but it will show up in specific pockets. Investor-heavy areas, fringe new build zones, and zip codes with thinner equity margins are the ones to watch. This isn't 2008, but it is something that smart buyers and sellers should keep on their radar. So there you have it. My 5 major predictions that matter for 2026, plus my little bonus trend. If you want a micro market read on your specific neighborhood, or you're planning to move in 2026, reach out. I'll tell you what's really happening, not what the headlines or the doom scrollers are shouting out there. So thanks for watching. As always, if you haven't already, connect with me on social media, follow our YouTube channel, and share this information with a friend that could use it. So from me to you, stay safe through the holidays, and I'll see you in the 2026.